Hello and welcome to Squid Pro Quo, a Squid Game podcast where there are only 3 rules. 1, a player is not allowed to stop podcasting. 2, a player who refuses to podcast will be eliminated. And 3, the podcast will be terminated if the majority agrees. I'm Sean.
And I'm Mike.
Boom.
And we're the Squid Boys.
We're the Squid Boys.
Squid Boys.
Squid Boys. Squid Boys.
I just want to say, I have no idea if people like this podcast or not, because we're recording episode 4 before any of them have actually posted on the feed. So if you hate this and you're still here episode 4, thanks for being here still.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being a friend.
A good friend.
Thanks, regular Pat, for being a friend.
Only regular Pat.
Only
not
regular
Jip.
Pat.
Not Jip.
Definitely not Jip, no. Man, I can't wait for him to be mad about episode 2.
And now episode 3.
And now episode 4. This is 4.
4. It is, you're right.
Yeah, we recorded 2 last time.
You're right.
Silly us.
Did we grief him in 3?
No, we didn't even mention him. Let's fuck him. If it's Jip, then you gotta skip. That's what we say. Anyway, yeah, so we have no feedback or any of your any of your game strategies to read, but maybe next episode we'll have a whole bunch of them.
We really went into this knowing how we planned to record it, and still we're like, and if you guys want to get
audience
involved,
feedback, yeah,
yeah, we when we were talking about doing this, you were like, and we could double up on recordings, we could do 2 at once.
Yep.
It's like,
yep, this is poorly planned, like everything I do.
Hey. None of that.
If you want to email us your strategies for today's game, you can email us at squidboyspq@gmail.com. That's squidboyspq@gmail.com.
And we'll read them on the season 2 premiere.
Yeah, we'll read them in episode 9. Oh boy. This is not good. Anyway, Sean, what's the name of this episode we're going over today?
It's episode 4, titled Stick to the Team.
Stick to the team. Yes, that's right.
Oh, do you want to tell the listeners what happened to you during this episode?
Wait, what happened
or
to me
at the end of it, I guess?
Oh, yeah. So this episode ends with a cliffhanger. And the first time I watched it, you and I were kind of watching at the same time. And you saw this episode before me. And you typed to me, or maybe you typed into Discord. I don't remember if it was directed at me specifically. But you said, I am so mad at Squid Game right now. At the cliffhanger. And so then I started watching it that day, and I got to this episode, and it was 3 a.m. and I had to work the next day, and I was like, this fucking show. And I watched the next one anyway. So then we were like, hey, we're only going to do one episode. We're only going to do episode 4 for recording this week, because we had other things going on. And so I'll watch episode 4 tonight. And then the fucking cliffhanger came up again. And guess who watched episode 5 right after? Me. On a cliffhanger that I already know how it resolves. I still had to watch the next episode.
I want you, if you can take us through your thought process in the moment, because I think it's so fucking funny that you fell for the cliffhanger the second time.
So I knew it was coming. Yeah, the game, we'll get to it, but the game of this episode's Tug of War, obviously. And, or at least, I don't know, should we count Tug of War as the next episode's game?
I mean,
we probably should.
But it's this week and next week, and in this episode, they start to talk about their strategy for it. I mean, I think it resolves, I don't know.
There's just not a game for next week's episode.
No. But that happens sometimes.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, but my thought process was, okay, this is coming. I know it's coming. And then it happened, and I went, the Netflix was like, oh, next episode. And I was like, I gotta know what happens. Sean, I already knew what happened.
I knew
I had to know.
You
I had to know.
know.
So I watched it, and then I almost watched episode 6 too because the show is good, but I didn't.
I can't believe they got you.
Yeah, they got me, man. I had to know.
But you knew.
I had to know, Sean. I had to know what happened next.
Mike was like, what if they changed it?
Yeah, maybe they patched it.
They patched in a new ending. That's part of the Squid Game, dude. That's part of the interactive story they're telling.
If I don't watch the next episode, I die. I get eliminated.
You have to know. You have to keep watching the show so that in case they change anything, to hint at season 2.
Dude, maybe there are hints of season 2 in this whole show. Have you thought about that?
I mean, probably. I'm sure that there was some forethought of like, it'd be cool to do more.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think this show is pretty self-contained, so I don't know, maybe.
There's some things we can talk about in the last episode that are a little unanswered.
Of course, yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Anyway, let's get into episode 4 here. Stick to the team. And this episode opens, Sean, with our cold open, as we often get in the show. And Gi-han is remembering Song-woo trying to stop him right before he picked the umbrella in the previous game as they're walking back to the room and saying, Gi-han, never mind. And he's thinking, wait, did he know? Like, did he know? Did my friend betray me? We also see number 111, our doctor, being led away by some pink guards, and there's a pink guard specifically who's deleting the closed circuit television footage as they go away. So it's some kind of conspiracy going on.
Pretty sus.
It's very sus.
So
very sussy.
I'm pretty dumb. The first time I watched this, I thought the doctor was a plant in the game.
Okay.
But on rewatch, I'm like, why would they erase the footage if... Because the only people that are going to see that footage are the rest of the guards and shit. And I think even in my first watch, I thought about that, and I went, maybe it's like even a secret from all the guards, and these are just the trusted ones.
Right, or like, I guess the only other way I could see that being a possibility is if this was being like broadcast in some way to someone.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
clear. I mean, and I guess technically it is.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think we know.
We don't know that yet, but it technically is.
Even I don't think we know the extents.
I think it's
even
okay.
Even
we don't
now.
have to talk about this right now. This is completely unrelated.
Yeah.
Anyway, so our friends Gi-han and number 1 make it back into the room, and Ali is excited to see they survived, and Song-woo looks relieved, yet it's hard to read a little bit, but he seems happy they're alive, but you can almost sense the like, oh man, they made it kind of thing,
Oh my god!
Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but
I don't know. I didn't really get that. I'll be honest with you.
I got some sinister vibes from my man Song-woo. Okay,
Mike, I think you're reading into the worst of people. I don't.
Well, Sung-woo was kind of a douche. But he apologizes. He didn't know. He says he didn't know. And Gi-han kind of has a moment where you're like, is he going to call him out? And then he just goes, oh, there's no way you could have possibly known.
It's a theme throughout this episode that Gi-han is the nicest. And he's very good and should be protected.
Yes, he's a good boy.
Yeah, except for like all that stuff in the first episode.
Yeah, forget all that. And maybe the second episode.
A little bit,
when he swears on his mother that he's not going to talk to her about the money, and then he immediately does.
Yeah. Maybe not some of that. But like now in the game, he's the goodest boy.
Yes, right now he's becoming the goodest boy.
Character
development.
Exactly.
Oh,
ooh, Jinx.
Look
now you owe me.
Squid boys for life.
You owe me a squid boy.
What? I owe you one of us.
I was gonna say a squid soda. That's even
What is
worse.
that? Sean, what is a squid soda?
I don't know. And
Sean,
like,
it is too late in the evening for you to say these things.
Because, like, it's Jinx, you owe me a soda, so I was going to go keep it on theme, squid soda. But that didn't make any sense, so squid boy?
Jinx, you owe me a squid boy.
Maybe it's like a baby squid.
Okay. Anyway, 79 people were eliminated from the honeycomb game.
Okay, when it comes to red light, green light, I can buy that there were like a lot. Like I guess it's the same room, maybe, but like it did not look like there were that many people in that room.
I would like to know how many of them picked what shape. Like
what
idiot picked the triangle and died? Like that's almost like just evolution taking its
that's natural selection, dude.
Yeah, that's natural selection. If you pick a triangle and die, dude, okay, see you later.
I mean, that's the guy that was like, "Oh, this is easy. I'll just snap it right off. I don't even need to scratch it, dude." How many people do you think did that?
I don't know, dude. I'm still convinced Ali's circle wasn't right.
Yeah, but it passed, so that's okay.
Yeah, but
it was close enough.
I think they gave him a pass.
I don't know. I don't know if I buy that there was that many people in that room. That's a lot of people.
Hey, we can go back and count it if you want.
All right,
I don't want to do that.
I'm not going to do that. Listeners, if you would like to defend the honor of Squid Game, go back to the last episode and count all the people. We'll read it in
episode 20. There's a total of 34.8 billion won, which I was just editing episode 2, and you said it was way less money, so shame on you.
Yeah, look, the Squid Game fans, come after me, man.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
They really are. They're
the Squid boys.
They're not gonna have to come fast because I'm pretty slow. I'm gonna be pretty easy to catch.
Yeah, you're not a very spry fellow.
I'm not a sprinter.
Anyway, 34.8 billion won is like $29 million US dollars. What is one thing, Sean, you would buy with $29 million if you had it?
Oh man. Say finally get my friend a PlayStation 5. I think that might be just enough to cover that.
Yeah, dude, the scalped ones, yeah, you might need 29 million.
I think I might just be able to cover that. A lightsaber, like a real lightsaber.
Those don't exist, Sean.
I think I could make one for 29 million, dude.
You just pour all your money into the development of a lightsaber?
Of a lightsaber,
okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I think I'd buy like one of those one-wheel bikes.
A unicycle?
Yeah, but the really big one.
What?
Like the really big one, I bet that's expensive.
I'm changing my answer. I'm going to buy one of those big inflatable hamster balls.
Okay. Those aren't that expensive.
No, but mine's going to be like fucking state of the art. Like it's going to have air conditioning.
So you're going to be that character from Overwatch, the hamster?
I'm going to live in that ball, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Anyway,
okay, I do have a thing really quickly about the money.
Oh.
I don't know if this is just my own sick and twisted mind making connections, but the money definitely sounded subdued this time to me as it was falling and dropping, and the music was quieter.
You think that they're like, okay, these people are already hooked anyway, like we don't need to trick them.
I think it's a show thing.
Oh, you just think they didn't make it as cool?
Yeah, I think in the show, like they turn it down for the effect because you don't really need the dazzling, for literally the show we're watching. But
right.
The sound of the money dropping, I don't know if I'm just fucked up and I'm making a weird connection. It makes me think of like bodies dropping. and each bundle of cash being like the worth of a person in their eyes.
It's a nice
something,
metaphor.
Something about the sound of that money makes me really uncomfortable.
Really? So you've turned on the money sound.
I
took
think
you
it's
4 episodes.
I think it's a great sound effect. And at the beginning, I think it's not supposed to play like that. And I don't even know if it's supposed to play like that now, but that's the connection that I'm making in my head at this point. Because I do think it's a more muted. The way they show it in this episode isn't as grandiose and spectacular. It's a lot more muted, and I think the weight of what's going on has set in.
Okay. No, I'll agree with that, because I don't remember, like, noticing it as hard, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't like, oh, that's so cool. It was a little more subdued. Like, when you said earlier they counted the money, I don't even really remember.
Yeah, they do. They do it twice, but yeah.
They go to eat, and they're only feeding them a hard-boiled egg and a bottle of soda for each person. And not the most healthiest meal. But
do you think there's a reason for that?
I think they even don't they say it in this episode?
Do they? Did I miss it?
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Okay.
So Duxu is like, oh, whatever, and player 212, who helped him last game with the lighter, whispers to him, "Hey, we should just get in line for second." So Duxu, her, and his crew hop in front of player 198, and he just turns to her and says, "Hey, help us out here, okay? Don't say nothing." So the last 5 people in line get there, and there's no food left for them. And the guard says, "We prepared exactly the right amount." And player 198 rats him out. She says, "It was those guys over there. They did seconds." And Duxu replies with like just egg falling out of his fucking mouth like a cretin, just, "Whoa, what's the problem?" And player 271, who we don't get a name of, starts screaming at him, and they start fighting for the bottle of soda, and it falls and breaks. And this enrages Duxu, and he beats the man to death.
So this is something that we talked about a couple episodes ago or a little earlier. How it very much feels to me, at least, that the guards and the workers of the game enforce the rules when it benefits themselves,
Right.
but aren't really consistent. And I think that's very intentional, and it's like a commentary of whatever, this group of people. But like, I think this is one of the biggest examples. Is like, this isn't in the spirit of integrity of the game.
No, not at all.
They just kill this guy, and not going to be the only person. Like, I think it's very intentional, and it's easier to pick up on a rewatch once you know the things that they're going to allow later. To go back to the beginning and see the things that they are strict about.
Right.
And I think that's interesting.
Yeah. What I really love about this scene actually is, Song Woo's the one who goes and takes the pulse of the 271, and he goes, "He's dead." And Gi-hun's like, "He's dead?" And he starts yelling and goes, "This asshole killed somebody,
Yeah.
do something, somebody help. And then you just hear, "Player 271 is eliminated," and the cash falls into the piggy bank. And literally every person they show a close-up of in this moment has the realization of, from Gi-hun in horror going, "Oh, they're just letting people kill each other in here," to Duxu, he kind of chuckles and goes, "Oh, I can just kill people in here."
Yep.
And it's a pretty haunting realization that, they're not going to do anything about it. And that was I think that's quite a revelation for these characters in this moment, to go, "Oh shit, we thought we were safe in here. It's just the games that we would die in. No, you are not safe here."
I don't think it's just for the characters. I remember my first time watching through this and being like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
When the cash dropped, and that was like, oh, this is what we're doing. I think it's just so well executed.
Like Gi-hun, the actor who plays Gi-hun, his name escapes me and I probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it right anyway. He's very good at this kind of thing where they give a close up on him and you can see like his mind turning into like the horror that he realizes he's in. And he does it quite a few times in the show. But this is like my favorite one, I think, because it's not just like, oh my God, I realized we're going to play this game of red light, green light, and everybody's going to die. It's like, oh, we are not safe anywhere. And I just really love the way they hammer that home in this episode with that. I think it's really cool.
Yes.
And really haunting, honestly.
It goes in directions that I don't think you expect from, like, it's a very good way to subvert expectations, especially when you're in this setting where it's a death game. You don't think that there needs to be an outside, like a source of conflict or a source of danger outside of the game itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think adding this in catches you off guard in a really good way.
Yeah, definitely. So then we catch up with our hot cop Junho. Yes. He took the last episode. He took the mask of the supervisor, and he is now wearing it, and he is acting as a supervisor. And we get back to that later. But before we go back to the room, we find player 111, the doctor, and he is secretly harvesting organs for a group of corrupt guards in exchange for information about what the next game is going to be, so he can survive. And here is where the guard tells 111 that they purposely reduced the food rations so players would turn on each other.
Oh, yeah.
Leading to a fight that night. And he tells player 111, hey, if you want to survive tonight, you better stick with the strongest team.
That's so... that's very interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
For reasons that we can't really get into right now, so we can move along.
Okay. All right. He also he goes on the toilet after harvesting those organs, and he's probably cleaning himself up. And when he eats his egg that they gave him, there is a paper in it that reveals information about the next game. So these guards are sticking to their word. They're helping him harvest organs. Also, what's interesting is guard 28 shows up while this is happening, and they're like, "Where's guard number 29?" And he goes, "Well, he didn't show up." And we know that guard 29 is Junho.
Mm-hmm.
The guard that he killed just happened to be one who was in on this secret scheme to harvest organs. Which what luck.
So yeah. I think for some people that would border on what is an acceptable coincidence in this kind of thing. I accept it. I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I just,
it's
when I
definitely
say what luck,
convenient.
I'm thinking of it as, man, this guy really just got himself into a terrible situation.
Yeah, that's true. It's not the greatest place to come into the the workforce.
With the realization having hit all the players that, this is going to be a nightmare, Gihon, Sangwoo, Ali, and player 1 agree to stick together because it's clear Daksu and his crew are plotting. Gihon approaches player 67 and says, hey, if something goes down, we're all meeting by my bed. You should meet us there. And she says, I don't trust anybody. And he says, in a place like this, you don't trust people because you don't trust people because you want to. You trust them because you have to.
God, I love that he does this. That he takes the time to go and because he knows she's fucking dead.
Right. Well, because they purposely show Daksu staring her down. And they've had conflict before, obviously.
Yeah.
And then we find out that this is all a planned deal because when the lights go out, the front man, they have some infrared cameras to see, and you see Daksu creeping out of his bed through the infrared, and I was just like, that's scary as shit. And he's got the bottle that was broken earlier, and he just starts stabbing people to death. And they start lights flickering. They're trying to cause more chaos. Well, actually, I forgot. The first person he stabs is player 198, the woman who ratted them out for cutting in line. And he says, "You saw me, huh?" And then just starts stabbing her. And it's like, holy shit, dude.
There's something about that moment that I think so like viscerally makes you dislike him and like hate him. And,
yeah, for sure.
The lead up to that though, like when it's counting down and everybody's kind of moving to their place, and it's such a good way of simply building tension and dread.
Definitely.
With the music behind it, or I don't know. There's like this. I've never felt such dread at a countdown before. Yeah. And just that couple of seconds before things go to hell.
And another thing they do very well too is as they're like talking about what's going to happen, player one is like dozing off in the way that only an old man can, you know, and he's like, "Sir, you cannot do this. You have to stay awake." And you know, he's like, "Oh, we'll come down here if something happens." And that's for my first watch, I was just so terrified for this old man. Like, oh no, dude, he's gonna fall asleep and die. The lights go off, and one thing that does happen in concurrently with this is Junho makes his way with the group that is going to stop this from happening when they're done with it. So basically, they're waiting right outside the room, and he's the supervisor with them to do that. So he's just kind of waiting. And the lights, like we said, the lights go off. Daksu starts going, but Daksu's not the only one. There's large groups of people killing each other. Oh yeah,
it's really fucked. It's
it's a very scary moment. There's one guy, he like starts to smother a guy and then snaps his neck.
God, yeah. This entire every action sequence in this show is shot in a way where it's not supposed to be exciting, like I really like. It feels very real and visceral and upsetting.
Yes, I will argue though.
Yeah,
that there's a point in this where our crew kind of Sungwoo and Ali and Yoon and number 67, they kind of get together, and there's something beautiful about the choreography of them. Like one guy jumps in and gets hit, and then another guy jumps in with a pole, and then Ali comes with the big pole and he's swinging around, and it's almost like an Avengers moment.
I literally wrote in my notes, "Yo, the Avengers assembled."
Yeah, it's literally an Avengers moment. It's so cool. I love it.
I love it. It does seem a little out of place with what's happening in the rest of this sequence, because like I said, the rest of it feels very visceral and uncomfortable and real and brutal, and then you just have like dun 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 dun.
I want someone to cut that scene with the music, dude. It would be so sick. Like the music that plays when it's circling around them in the first Avengers in New York. And Hulk's like roaring. Ali swinging the big beam, dude. I love it, dude.
I hope so, dude.
I do want to give a special shout out to number 331, who goes out of his way to jump on Daksu's back to save number 67. We don't know who this guy is, but he just tries to tackle Daksu at one point. I will mention 67 does stab Daksu at one point with her knife that she has.
Get fucked.
He ends up getting the knife, which isn't good, but she ends up being saved by the crew. They can't find number one. And then finally number one on the highest fucking bunk bed you could imagine. And it's very heartbreaking the way he's screaming and crying. Especially, you know, I'm watching the dub, and he has like I've said before, he has this old man Splinter voice. But like the actor doing, "Please stop, everybody's going to," it's like heartbreaking. It's like so sad. And the front man watches him and goes, "All right, stop it." And the soldiers run in and fire their guns, and they turn the lights on, and they start separating people.
There's something about that where it's such a jarring moment where at first when the camera like cuts to him standing on top of it, it's kind of comical a little bit. And then as he starts to go, you're like, oh, this is actually really fucking tragic.
I think part of it is because he's standing in the same way he does when he stops playing red light, green light. He's like standing kind of hunched, like, and you're like, oh God, what is he gonna like fucking like jump and drop kick somebody from the top of that bitch pro wrestling style? What's he gonna do?
That's the culmination of the Avengers.
Right. He just drops in and drop kicks Daksu into oblivion, dude.
He just breaks his fucking neck with a drop kick. God, it's also like, you think they got like an old dude up that high to film that sequence?
I don't know, man.
That's pretty high up.
Yeah, that's like what, 15, 20 feet in the air, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't look like there's any actual way to get up there.
Yeah, that's what's crazy about it. Is it's like, how did this man get up there so fast without getting like bashed on the head with a pole? Or
I will say though,
there.
we seen him in red light, green light. The dude can move.
True. He can move. He might have brittle bones, but they're smooth. They get him where he needs to go.
They're smooth.
They're smooth brittle.
He's got smooth bones.
He's greased lightning. As the guards are holding everybody up, Junho approaches Gihun and says, "Player 456, have you seen this man?" And I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, but he's asking if he's seen his brother. And Gihun says, "Hey, we don't know anybody's names. Like, that's not how it works." And he just kind of walks away, and you're like, "Oh, that was weird." But because of this, after the whole thing, Gihun decides it's time to learn everybody's names.
Mm-hmm.
And we finally get 67's name, Saibyuk, which he says is a very pretty name. And then, but poor player number 1 can't remember his name. And that's almost as heartbreaking as him screaming for everybody to stop.
Especially the way that Gihan is looking at him when he's trying so hard to pull. Like, that's one of the, God, just everything with number 1 in this show is so heartbreaking to me almost every time. Like aside from the kind of goofiness of episode 1, every time, like, because he's kind of deteriorating.
Yes.
And I don't know, man. It's so sad.
Also to be mentioned, Gihan does the whole SNU bit again with Sangwoo. Yeah. To Sangwoo's big eye rolls.
And he cuts him off this time, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't remember how he cuts him off, but I think you're right. He cuts him off. Everybody kind of gets to know each other, which is nice. You know, we get names.
I picked up on, they did give a number of people that died, and they killed 27 people.
So we're down to 80. So we cut to our friend Daksu, who has a pretty good stab wound, thanks to Saibyuk. And the doctor is, sewing it up for him. And they're allowing the doctor to join the team. I think that happened a little earlier, but he tells him if he stays away from him during the night, he wouldn't kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But the doctor tells him, "Hey, I actually know what the next game is." He doesn't tell anybody else. He just tells Daksu, which seems smart. But during this, player 212 starts to get a little frisky with Daksu.
Yeah, this is my least favorite part of the whole show.
You don't like the sex scene, Sean?
I don't like their relationship at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's really a relationship.
No, it's not. I'll say the storyline. I don't like their storyline at all. Maybe it's just because I really don't like her.
Yeah, she's a little annoying.
Like, I don't even like her as an antagonist. I just...
Yeah. I mean, you feel about her the way all the characters feel about her.
Yes. Which
I think makes her somewhat effective.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. Not my favorite part of the show. But basically, they sneak off to the bathroom to have some toilet sex. Super hot. And she asks him, will you stay with me to the end? And he's in post-nut confusion. And he's like, yeah, whatever. And they tell each other's names. And then she goes, if you betray me, I'll kill you. But what's really annoying, and her voice actor in the dub does this a lot, is she in the dub she goes, "I'll kill you, okay?" And her voice actor, for whatever reason, adds these okays into the end of these lines where it's not like it's some tick she decided to add to her performance, and I hate it.
Yeah, no.
I'll kill you, okay?
That makes it sound even worse.
Oh, she's my least favorite character in the dub too, just because I feel like they really turned it up to 11 for her. She's very anime, and I don't know that that's what was appropriate for this role.
No, I don't like that.
Like, she's supposed to be annoying, but like, she's in a different show. You know what I mean? Like,
I know all too well.
She's not in the same show as everybody else at times, and it's like, oh, this is rough.
I know that feeling all too well.
And then they continue to have more toilet sex. Super hot.
I'm really glad that we devoted precious minutes of this series to them banging in a toilet.
Hell yeah. Cut to Junho, who's going to sleep, and he realizes the coughing he hears and he's heard is Morse code.
What a smart boy. I would have never fucking thought of that.
No, dude. I would have been like, that is the worst cough I've ever heard.
Like, dude, I really hope I'm not working with that
medicine.
guy. I'm like, is he contagious?
Yeah, not good for him. The only thing it's revealed to us that they says in Morse code is number 29, implying that he's trying to speak with him.
Yeah.
And then you can infer based on what his next actions are that he actually, got more than just number 29, obviously.
Yeah. But that would have been a long ass sequence. Can you imagine? They just cough, cough, cough. Okay, all right. Like, we're there for like 10 minutes as he's transcribing these coughs.
I know that would have been a really sick scene. Actually, I would have preferred that to the sex scene we just got.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. About 5 minutes into it, he misses a word, so we have to go through the whole thing again when it ends.
He's like trying to figure out how to cough back in Morse code.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, repeat that last part." And then somebody on the other side is just, "Shut the fuck up.
Can you guys stop coughing?" For some reason, it was Chris Farley, the voice I did, but like, that's what I imagine. So before the third game begins, which is literally the next morning, they don't give them much time to, recover from the horrific night. There's still blood on the floor.
Yes.
They're saying, hey, you're going to be playing as a team. You have 10 minutes to get a team of 10, meaning there'll be 8 teams because there's 80 people left. So we have Gihan, Sangwoo, Ali, Saibyuk, and player 1. They need 5 more people. Sangwoo decides, hey, everybody should go out and try to get a man because men are strong and on average better at games. So not my belief. Very clear, not my belief. And during this, good boy Gihan's like, hey, man, we don't even know if we're playing something where we'll need strength. Like, what if we play this? And he goes, just get men, dude, okay?
So I have a question. Because this is not the first time that Gian has like brought up like the idea of a game revolving around stretching and how it would be helpful to have a woman if there's a game that revolves around like stretching. What the fuck kind of game revolves around stretching?
Not a game that you and I have ever played. I can say
I don't know, man. I can't think of a game that would revolve around that.
Okay, I can think of one. Have you ever done like a team building exercise? Like gone to a camp where they have you do team building exercises?
No, but like we did them in school.
Have you ever played the game where everybody's linked and then you have to like reverse people?
Dude, that would be a crazy game.
Right. But that could be one where stretching is important, right?
Yeah, okay. All right. I have been schooled.
Dude, hey, Squid Game season 2.
Season 2.
Call me up. I got some ideas. So anyway, Sangwoo's sexist, and he says, "Get some men over here." So
get some men over here.
Get some men over here. Saibyuk finds another woman who I love, player 240.
Me too.
I love player 240. She is so cool. She's like, I want to be like her when I grow up.
Yeah.
She's just great.
She just does not care.
Player 1 doesn't bring back anybody, so they get stuck with player 212, who in a very drama-filled thing gets into a fight with Daksu when he doesn't want her on his team, and it's a whole thing, and it's very toxic. It's like watching that, everybody has that couple that's in their life, and they're like, I wish they would just break up. They're so toxic. That's that, but to like a 10.
I also want to point out, I don't remember who goes up to them. I think it's Sung-woo goes up to a man who says that he'll only join if his wife can also join. And I want to bring this up because this husband and wife duo is actually it's going to sound weird to say if people know the context of it, but it's maybe not my favorite storyline, but I think it's one of the best little minor subplots that goes across the season.
Yes.
So
I believe he's number 69, right?
I can't remember what the number is. I just remember
think
that
he's number 69 and she's number 70.
Okay. I know it's a husband-wife duo, and I wanted to call attention to them being here because, well, we're going to talk about them again.
They also gather, I don't remember the number of every player on their team, but another one of my favorite characters for different reasons, number 244, who I'm dubbing Jesus Man.
Oh, yes.
I love Jesus Man, and we'll talk about him more in a minute.
You love Jesus Man?
Jesus Man. Not... okay. So, they got their team of 10, and they have 2 women and an elderly man, and Sung-woo is not happy with this.
No.
And what I love about 240 is Sung-woo's like, who brought you? And Sae-byuk said, I did. And he goes, I told you not to bring back women. And she goes, all right, well, if you don't want me, I'll go. I don't care. And she starts to get up, and good boy Gihan's like, no, stay. It's okay. We don't even know what we're playing yet. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
stop being an asshole.
They do find out they are playing tug of war.
I have never felt such dread. I would not do well.
I hate tug of war, for the record.
Yeah.
I'm not terrible at it, but I hate it because it's not just about your like strength. It's a lot about your hand and wrist strength. And how much you care to to do it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I get pulled in the mud, whatever. I don't care. This is a little different because this is one of the most awesome set pieces in the whole show. It's this giant yellow and black construction with the pit in the middle, and it goes down even farther than where they are. It's probably like a 50-foot fall at least. And it's just very striking. And I will say they play the reveal has the what I called kazoo music before, but it is clearly a flute, and I'm just an idiot.
But now canonically, it's kazoo music.
Yes, the kazoo music. We get to watch first Dak-soo's team go up against another team, and when the other team loses easily, a guillotine comes down and cuts the rope, and they fall to their death. All 10 of them. Just, and the noise it makes is disgusting.
Yeah.
And it's just, it is a very scary situation.
It is, I think, so far, and hell, I'd say overall, the most horrifying game because the players are directly the players aren't just directly responsible for another person's death. They are actively killing the other people.
Yes.
Like, this is not just I win and so you have to lose and that means that you're going to die now, right? Mm-hmm, like it's I'm pulling you off the edge and you're going to fall to your death.
The other games so far, like, there's no rule that says somebody has to die. Like, theoretically,
yeah.
Everybody could have won red light, green light. Everybody could have won the honeycomb game. Here, one team wins, one team loses.
Yeah, and not only is it one team wins and one team loses, it's one team kills the other.
Right. Exactly.
I don't mean to like get super deep into this. Like, could you even do it? I don't know if I could do it.
I'm going to say no, but, if I was ever put in a situation like this, it's a different story, right?
Yeah, of course. You never know.
Right. But I'm going to say no. I think this would make me pretty sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
Especially if, maybe if I was in the first team, I'd be like, well, in my head, I know what's going to happen, but at least I haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm like the third team out there, I'm like, fuck this,
Yeah.
So no, I'm with you. I don't know that I could do it. Gihan's team gets called up next, and they are against a team of all men. And so everybody's in the elevator they get in, everybody's pretty down. And our good friend player one, typically an MVP, says, "Hey, I used to do this when I was a kid, all right? I was pretty good. Here's what you have to do." And one of the guys says, "Shut up, old man." And then Gihan's like, no, listen to him. And so he devises a strategy that will help them as the underdog win. And it's about holding your place as opposed to pulling right away to throw the other team off as they go, wait, why aren't we pulling them? And then you wait for them to take a misstep and you pull. About having a leader in the front, about having a big anchor on the end, going side to side instead of being all on the same side, and planting your feet horizontally and putting your abdomen up there. And it's a really cool speech, actually. I really... It's almost like, it's not a montage per se, but like he keeps talking over as they're getting set up and all that, and I just think it's a really, really well done speech. And as he suggested they do it, and it does kind of throw the other team off, and they start to take a lead, but their lack of strength starts to catch up with them, and they start getting pulled towards the middle. And Sang Woo says, "Hey, everybody needs to take 3 steps forward when I tell you to."
Mm-hmm.
And 212 in general is like, "That's bullshit, I'm not doing that." And he goes, "You can either do it or die." And Gihan's like, "We might as well try." And they take their 3 steps forward, and the episode ends.
I yelled "fuck you" at my TV the first time I saw it.
Yep.
I was so pissed, and it was like midnight, and I had to work the next day, like early, and so I was like, I can't watch another one. And oh boy, do you think? Okay, so in that situation, are you fucking taking those 3 steps forward?
Yeah, I think I am.
Yeah, I mean at that point, fucking.
What do you got to lose? You're either gonna,
yeah,
you're definitely losing at that point. Like,
yeah.
Might as well take 3 steps forward. One thing that we didn't mention, a small note of this episode, is that Junho has put on his other mask in hopes of connecting with number 28, and they're taking care of the bodies. And number 28 grabs some blood as they find they find a contestant who's still breathing, and they put a little blood cross on it.
Yes.
To signify, hey, this one's one that's ripe for organ stealing. And I don't remember, in this episode, is this the episode where they show how they do it? Or is that next episode?
I think that's the next episode.
Okay. Gotcha. So I wanted to mention that. That's how that episode ends, and it's terrifying.
So, yeah.
There's part of me that's like, because it's that cliffhanger, there's part of me that's like, man, me and Sean should do the next episode right now because we don't want to miss the cliffhanger. But that is not how that works. Sean, do you have an MVP of this episode?
I think it's number 1, dude. Like, at the beginning, dude? Or not at the beginning. Well, I mean, first of all, when he's standing up on the fucking bed and he's, stop it. Like, he saved lives.
About to swanton bomb somebody, yeah.
He's about to go down from the top rope, but...
he's gonna backflip and kick somebody in the face.
But also just, like, coming in clutch in the elevator with, like, this is what we're gonna do. Fucking everybody listen up,
Yep, for sure. I think he's the undisputed MVP of this episode, but I feel like we always give it to him because we love him so much. And so I'm gonna counter and say, I'm going to give it to my unsung hero, 331, who saved Byaksu for no damn reason and died instantly. But he saved her, and I think that's very important.
You know what? I respect that because Byaksu is one of my favorite characters. So
agreed.
Without him, without 331's brave sacrifice, he knew that he saw the show in the future and traveled back to
We salute you, 331.
I am saluting right now. You can't see it.
Yes.
But gummy ship salute.
You can hear it.
Yep, you can.
If you listen closely enough, you can hear me salute him.
Yeah, real close. Listen, just just really close.
I think this is the first episode where I feel like we needed an LVP, a least valuable player.
Oh, crazy lady.
I'm gonna give it 212. 212 for sure. She hooks up with Daksu just to look like an idiot, and then she's annoying. And then she doesn't want to go through with the 3 steps thing. There's just a lot not to like there. And we have to be careful because I think we will give her the LVP every episode she's in if we're not careful.
Yeah. That's true. But at the same time, that might be therapeutic in a way.
That's true. Maybe we'll feel better about it.
I think there might be a catharsis to that.
Okay.
So I don't know. I guess we'll have to figure it out.
Sean, what's your strategy in tug of war, dude?
Like I said, in this scenario, I'm fucking not even playing. Like all right, that's it. Like I can't do it. But also, if we're saying tug of war in general, not in a death game where I have to be responsible for the deaths of others. Man, I don't have a strategy. Dude, I was the guy that walked the mile. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah,
you know what I'm
know
saying?
the feeling.
So like, maybe I'm going for like, I'm trying to find somebody to like buddy up with. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's a little bigger than me, and I'm just trying to like be out of their way.
I'm a bigger guy. I think I'm the anchor. I think I got the rope wrapped around my waist, and I'm just pushing. Because I don't want to like use my hands. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I want to use my body. I want to use my body. I want to use my hips, my thighs, my calves.
That's a different podcast, Mike.
That's what I think. And then I'm just pulling the rope like a mule, dude. Just like an ox.
Yeah, you down on all fours too? What are you doing?
Yeah, dude. Hey, if it wins the game, dude, I'll crawl on all fours like a freak.
At least that way, if you go out, like it's kind of funny.
Is that funny, Sean?
I think so.
Is that funny if I die? That's funny.
No, but if you die while you're like trying to pull a rope on all fours, dude, that's kind of funny. You're like,
okay, here's actually here's the 5-head maneuver, and they might just shoot me.
Yeah.
But what I do is I'm on the end, right? So if we get pulled down, I grab the edge of the platform because I'm facing the other direction.
Do you think you have the upper body strength to hold everybody else up?
It's not just the upper body strength, because then I wrap my legs around the bottom.
Okay.
So I kind of like wench myself on the edge and just hope that everybody else falls. Like maybe their arms fall off or something. And that is ridiculous. All right.
I thought I couldn't. I was like planning the idea of somebody like in that situation on all fours, like they're pretending to be an ox, is like the funniest thing I can think of. But now I'm just imagining somebody fucking clinging to the edge, like fucking looking down, going, fall, fall.
Yeah, and there's like 9 people hanging from the rope he's on.
And he's like, just fall, or 5-head maneuver. Maybe they reach. They stand on their tippy toes.
No, it's way too that's way too far down.
Oh, that's where you cross the line?
Yeah, no, I crossed the line there, Sean. It's completely unrealistic. What the fuck?
Can you imagine the visual though?
Yeah, that'd be funny. Or if like I try to like I'm hanging on to the top and I'm trying to swing my body to swing them back up. That'd be pretty cool too.
You fucking.
All right, everybody, just swing together. Here we go.
You know, in Iron Man 3, when he
Yes, the barrel monkeys. Yes,
yeah.
It'd be just like that.
Oh man. I like how we started by going, man, this is the most horrifying game yet.
Well, you know, we're trying to make it fun, Sean.
No, I think we're
something that just popped into my head
good.
for some reason that we didn't mention is that Sung Woo tells Ali to hide his hand that's missing 2 fingers.
Oh yeah.
Which Sung Woo's just one of the most fucked up dudes.
Well, if you're looking for people like, I think that's not terrible advice. When you're looking for people to join your team, like I think other people are gonna look down on that, and they're gonna like make judgments based off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's probably a good idea to be like, hey, look, maybe don't let them make judgments based solely off of that, because I think people would. I think people would take a look at that and be like, you're no help.
They would, but he was also like sexist and.
Oh yeah, no. Hey man, I'm not defending that part. You know, I'm just look, man. Don't. I'm not going down with that ship. I'm not getting tethered.
It seems like you're seeming like a little bit of a Song Woo right now.
I'm not falling off with Song Woo, dude. I will say this cliffhanger is undercut slightly by the fact that all of the main characters are on this team.
Do you want to hear something that really pissed me off when I watched it the first time?
What?
So the cliffhanger happens and it's like 3 a.m, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta go to bed. So I back out. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, oh, fuck, I want to watch this next one.
Yeah.
So I do. I start to. But it starts playing the next episode, unbeknownst to me.
Or the one after.
The one after where they're all lined up.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess if you haven't watched this, there's not a spoiler really, but if you haven't watched this next episode, don't listen for a second. But Gi-hun gives his jacket to number 1, right?
Yes.
And I was like, what the fuck did I miss? And I was like, oh, maybe they're going to like show me what happens later. This is just the cold open. And I watched a good 5 minutes of that episode before realizing Netflix just selected the next episode. And I was fucking pissed. And then I just watched the other episode and I was fine. But I don't know how it happened. It was really annoying.
I'm glad you got through that difficult time in your life.
Dude, it was very difficult for me. Anyway, thanks for mocking me. Is there any other thing we do on this podcast? I don't remember.
Well, all we have left to do is, did you already plug all the shit at the front?
I just said the email. Okay, I'll plug things. Here we go.
Okay.
So we are the Squid Boys, and this is Squid Pro Quo. And if you want to talk to us about Squid Game, or I guess anything, but not anything too weird, you can email us at squidboyspq@gmail.com. That's squidboyspq@gmail.com. You can also join my Discord, which is down in the description. What do you mean? Why are you laughing?
Because you said don't send us anything too weird, and I started thinking about the person playing tug of war on all 4 again.
Oh my god. Anyway, you can join the Discord and you can talk about Squid Game with us. There are people like Jip there, and he's cool. So go there. Also, my brother and I do a Kingdom Hearts podcast called The Ansem Report. You should check that out too if you like Kingdom Hearts. Kind of a different thing tonally, but same kind of kind of
same idea.
You don't remember when Riku lied to Sora about what honeycomb shape he should grab?
Anyways, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Sean_AFK, and everything that I do is in my bio.
Oh yeah, Twitter, Spaghetti Bros. Follow that too. And we will. Yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say, Sean. I agree to end this podcast.
Yeah, I'm hastily agreeing. This is spiraling.
Shut up! It wasn't that bad.
I know. I'm joking.
At least we didn't end with Joe Biden shitting his pants or whatever the fuck happened then last time. Anyway, guys, we're the Squid Boys. We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.
Bye.